Hi everybody. Again, we're back in activity 42. This is my first video that is going to be about activity 42. I'm going to be making a series of videos to help you take notes just like we've been doing in our Zoom meetings. So if you can't come to our Zoom meetings, no worries. Now you can listen to these videos and watch these videos, and hopefully they will help you to pick out the important ideas from what we are reading. So if you were in my group on Friday, we read this whole section here about organelles and mitochondria, which if you have not read that section, you're going to want to do that first. I'm actually going to jump into this section right here that's highlighted in yellow, and we're going to practice taking notes and pulling out important information about these parts of a cell. So if you remember, I keep saying the big science standard that we are focusing on for the next month are the parts of a cell or structures within a cell and their functions. That means their jobs. So by the end of May, you should be able to tell me some of the structures within a cell, both a plant cell and an animal cell, and what their functions are. And you should also be able to tell me a little bit about what those parts are. So I'm not going to read this highlighted section with you. If you have not read that yellow section yet, I'm going to ask you to pause this video and read it. And now what I'm going to do is help you to pull out those important structures, those parts of a cell. And if you look, right here it says these now are structures within a plant cell. That's really important because a plant cell has some different structures than an animal cell. So I'm going to go up to my notes here. You can see the last note I took was about mitochondria. Now I'm going to take a note about the parts within a plant cell. And so I did this today with my group on today's Friday. I'm actually going to take these notes in green because that's going to help my brain to remember these green notes are about a plant cell, which is going to help me to remember that these are different than an animal cell. So the first structure that I saw that was in a plant cell, it talks about something called a cell wall. So in my notes, I'm going to put cell wall. And now I want to give a little bit of a description about it. So I see here, it tells me plant cell structure is different than an animal cell. It says in addition to the cell membrane, it also has a cell wall. And it says the cell wall provides additional support and stability to a plant cell. So that tells me the function of a cell wall. That tells me its job. It provides additional support and stability to a plant cell. And again, I'm going to keep that in green because this is very specific to a plant cell. Animal cells do not have cell walls. Okay? And then if you keep reading, it says green plants also have organelles. Whoops. Green plants also have organelles called chloroplasts. Okay, so chloroplasts, it says, absorb light and use it along with water and carbon dioxide to produce sugars for the cell. The cell uses the sugars as nutrients. This whole process is called photosynthesis. Now, there's a lot of really important science words in this section. So again, I'm going to stay with my color green because again, this part of a cell is specific to plants. Chloroplasts are organelles. Remember, that just means tiny organs inside of a cell. that absorb light and use it with water and carbon dioxide to produce, now this is where I'm going to put it in my own words, to produce food for the cell. And then another keyword I'm going to add is photosynthesis, because that's another important science word that I just want to remember. I'm going to stop right here, but this is our first video to help you pull out the important ideas from this highlighted section that hopefully you've already read and that some of us read together.